Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel and welcome to Manor Farm. So in this video, I'm going to talk through how farming is so diverse and how it's one of the best skills to make money while you're not playing the game. Now, if you can make money while you're not playing the game, it just means it's less sort of effort you've got to do to go and do those money making methods to help build your account up. Now, farming has multiple ways for you to make this actual cash. And a lot of it now is not just for norm and the old sort of stuff we've done before as well. So we've covered things like herbs, grapevines and trees, which I'm going to put a video in the description and in the corner of the video as well, because I don't really want to go over that in too much detail. Yes, those are going to be the three methods we're going to start on. And then the things we're going to look at with Manor Farm are just going to be stuff on top of that as well, just for even more ways for you to make profit with farming and get farming XP at the same time. So to be brief with enough detail as well, you all know that farming herbs, doing your grapevine runs and also doing your fruit tree harvest, as well as your primal pulp as well, is a great way to make consistent profit. We've talked about herb runs on multiple times, which is why I won't go into it into too much detail. But again, if you're looking to really up your herb farming game, the big farming runs I do on a daily basis as well, which include things like mushrooms, grapevines, fruit trees, and also primal pulp trees, I will put in the corner of the video. Go and check it out. It really is a good way to make GP with farming. But as a first point, that is where I would sort of instruct anyone to go and start as well. But the second thing now is that the main method to train farming is more Manor Farm. And with player-owned farms, I was pretty much 200 mil before Manor Farms really hit the game. So I never really sort of delved in and played it much anyway. And that was until Group Iron Man. And you'll realize that with a lot of the videos released lately, that Group Iron Man has changed how I approach the game in general. There's things now which I've gone and done, like the smithing rework and update and player-owned farms as well, where I realised that I've missed out on some fantastic ways to make GP and also some fantastic ways to make money. So one of the first ones we're going to do with player-owned farms is actually raising Fremy yaks. Now, Fremy yaks are a weird one. Now, if you have the ability when you get sort of buy your Fremy yaks on the Grand Exchange, I bought them roughly for about 180k each. But if you get enough chance, and again, it's mainly RNG, but over time it will level out. If you are to get female Fremy yaks, you will actually go and get some yak milk. So as you can see here, Benedicta is a female yak. Once we go to harvest that produce, we're going to get some yak milk. Now, once we have done this one as well, with Rita as well, we're lucky we've got two of the Fremy yaks. We've just got 90k farming XP as well. You wouldn't have seen it because I'm 200 mil farming. But if you use things like farming earns as well, you would be sort of like 110k from these. But what we've also gained is 12 yak milk. Now, we've sort of bought the Fremy yaks for 190k each. And from these three, we have gained 12 yak milk. So from just simply growing those 3 yaks, we've made 2.2 mil. And all we've done is bought the yaks, put them in a pen and put a decent amount of woad leaves, 25k worth of woad leaves, to make sure they were fed. And with the sort of yak cycle time, you could do this like one, maybe at a push, you could do it twice per week as well. And you can also do it by 3 pens. Now, I've not done it in my breeding pen for a very different reason, which we'll go and look into as well. That is profit you have made from farming Fremy yaks. Also, as a side note, you can then sell these Fremy yaks for beans. And then the beans you can then use with Granny Pottington on the farmer's market to buy certain rewards. Now, what I would say, if you're going to go and get beans, I would highly recommend doing all the unlock farming. Get all the pens sorted, get all the breeding in pens sorted and all the other stuff there. But after that, you can start looking at the misc rewards and then also the animal/potions. So what we want to buy from Granny is these potions. So these potions are going to link to Supreme Growth potions. The ones I use mainly are the leafy ones, because for 1,000 beans, they seem to be the best value. Basically what these do, these leafy potions or any form of potions here will instant grow your crop. Whether that's a tree, whether that's a herb, you'll need the right one for the right sort of crop as well. But to do this, let's say for whatever reason, dwarf weeds go absolutely ballistic on price, or a brand new crop coming for 110 farming, you can buy these potions and instantly grow it while it's there. And then you can go through numerous seeds. Let's say I do 100 potions. I can go through 100 herbs in probably 45 minutes. And that just means if a potion is significantly up in price, the herb's up in price, you're just going to have the ability to do it and make so much money from it. And also, if you're looking for the farming aspect of it as well and the XP, not that you really need to because player-owned farms is such good XP, you can also buy these for the XP as well. On a double XP weekend, you can fly through some trees, for enhanced XP for even more as well. While we're on a side note as well, if you are a newer player or sort of not really got into the Slayer PVM scene, 2 massive upgrades you can get here is Herbicide, Seedicide, as well as the upgrades on top as well. Very, very good for any sort of account. Now, what I did do in a little sort of side note from where we were going, I did start a mini-series on 7-Day Bond about player-owned farms, which, depending on what you guys want, I can continue that as well and sort of talk through what I'm doing, what I'm purchasing, how I approach it as well. Because I think the first one went down okay. I'm not going to lie, I thought it would have gone down a bit better because player-owned farms isn't really sort of like talked about much now. People already know it, but it means that the players who have recently started or recently joined haven't really seen someone do a full walkthrough of it or a full like playthrough of player-owned farms. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments and we'll just continue with the video. So again, we've got these female yaks, so they're going to bring us some more milk. We've looked at really because like the percentage, we've only really got 1 male. You don't often get that. So out of the 6 yaks we've done, 5 of them were female. So because of that, we've pulled 24 yak milk. And if we're going to look for a price for that, 4.5 mil for something we didn't really need to get involved with. Didn't do a lot with it as well. At the minute, you can have sheeps as well with the special wool, be some decent GP. But for me, the best ones I've seen so far have been the female yak because the yak milk sells for that price. Now, one of the things I talked about earlier on is that I've left dragons in the breeding pen. And that's very important because with this farming offhand, Salia, what she does is if you have a full pen of your animals in the breeding pen, she collects and holds all excess animals. So while these 4 dragons are still getting it on, the farmhand is collecting the animals, which means that while you're not playing the game or while you're asleep, you're still collecting dragons. So for today, she has 12 dragons for me. Don't know how long that's been in terms of time. I normally sort of go up about 4 dragons a week. But as you can see here, that is just even more profit on top every time I just come and collect it as well. Obviously, certain dragons will sell more than others. But if you were to look at that in terms of XP, that's 100k a dragon. That's 1.2 mil XP I've collected and I haven't even played the game. If I add that on top of yak milk, you can see where we're going with this as well. Now, in terms of farming, you can also have your farming hands on all the other pens, which can then control them to adolescent stage. If you wanted to, on World 2, I'm pretty sure they still do it now, people will buy adolescent animals because they sell for the most beans. So there's a good way for you just to put them in the pens, grow them to adolescent, and then sell them off after that as well. Now, if you are looking to sort of knock up your bean count before the release of the 110 farming crop, you can do that, sell adolescents to the farmers or the farmers looking to buy animals. And then with that, you'll be able to rack up your account on that as well. And then finally, the final one we can tie in with farming as well. So as you can see, like on a daily basis, I will do things like my herb run numerous times a day. I would do a grapevine run numerous times a day. I'd probably only do 1 absolute max 2 mushroom runs per day. And then there's also the fruit tree run if I wanted to go and get things like coconuts. And also the bush run if I want to get primal pulp. But also one thing I make sure to do every day is to do my compost. If I was to buy 1000 Infernus Pyroclast, I can make 6 mil per day by just throwing it in a compost bin and leaving it 24 hours and then going to collect it afterwards. But that was pretty much where we wanted to go in terms of this video. I just wanted to show you guys that still farming, even though a bit different to how it used to be, still prints money. These yaks are not high level to do. I think a yak in player-owned farms is something like 62. In fact, you know what? For you guys, we'll have a look. And because of that, that on top of your herb runs and all your other stuff will just make you profit. And it's stuff you don't really need to do or go out of your way to do as well. Sorry, 71 you can breed yaks. It's things you don't really need to go out of your way to go and do, and it's just sat here doing it as well. This things with a dragon, you can absolutely do it with yaks as well. You'll get yaks quicker, I believe. And basically, you can backfill your own yaks you're going to harvest for yak milk from the yaks in the pen as well. So it's just ways to make more and more money, not having to actively do stuff, playing the game. Even if you're going to pull this kind of loot once per week, it's free money. It's money you're not having to work. All you need to do is obviously buy the animals, which you're going to make profit, especially with the Fremenic yaks anyway, and then also pay for the food as well. There are cheaper ways to get the food. So in my sort of opinion, yaks, just do with woad leaves. Just buy woad leaves from Winston. That's fine. Dragons or anything like that, try and find the cheapest form of meat or run your kingdom on fish. If you did fish just for your kingdom, then that can feed your player-owned farm as a result as well. But that's going to be farming. Again, it's the absolute best skill in the game by a mile, and I won't even hear it. It's my favorite skill. It's probably, I think it's the best skill I got to 200 mil. But I still actively do it because I really enjoy it, and I try and do it on as many accounts as possible because it's the way I can just think that I'll always earn GP from. However, that is going to wrap the video up. Again, hope you guys give it a try. If you haven't done play around farms before, I'll link the video of me starting my play around farms, how I did it, what I spent the GP on, how much it roughly cost me, and all that sort of stuff as well. Once you get your play around farm going, you can very much be self-sufficient if you want to be. It's just how you want to approach it as well. And if you want to see that continuation of the play around farm series, drop in the comments below and I'll always try my best to get that out as soon as possible. I do actually have 2 videos ready. It depends on if you guys want to see it, is whether I'll do it or not, because I don't want to pump out videos if you guys don't want to see them. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.